Well, good morning everyone. I am starting this vlog with a bit of a mirror to camera angle because it is a no makeup, hair slicked back in a bun kind of a day. So I didn't really feel like having the camera straight in my face, but it is a very lovely day this morning. The sun is shining and we are getting ready to head for a walk. I keep telling Alex we're going for a hot girl walk, so if anyone knows what I'm talking about, I love a hot girl walk where you just take yourself out. It's a bit of a TikTok thing, I think. But yeah, you look nice, you dress cute. I mean, my hair is slicked back in a bun with a hair mask in. I've got some like scalp oil on because my scalp has been a little bit dry recently. So I've just put a little bit of a treatment in so that that can kind of soak in whilst we're on the walk. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really lovely morning, a great way to spend the morning. So I thought I would just show you my outfit of the day because I've had a few messages saying that you'd love to see more gym outfits and like activewear outfits. And I keep forgetting every time that I've been going to my personal training sessions and that I've been going to the gym to actually show you what I'm wearing. So this morning's not too strenuous, so I'm not really wearing too much of like an active weary outfit. This is like an old t-shirt from Revolve. It's just like a really oversized fit. It's a little bit Anine Bing kind of esque, but it goes really nicely for just like a simple walk. I can just kind of like fold it up like that, and it's just a super simple, super oversized tee. And then I've got a really gorgeous pair of leggings on. I believe these are from Varley. They're a really lovely just like khaki pair, which I think are just so perfect for just like a lovely walk. They're not the best in terms of running. They're definitely a lot more stretchy and comfy. Like I remember every time I wear these when I go running, they fall down. So they're more of like a walking or less impact activity kind of a legging. So I will link these down below. And I'm going to put my walking boots on when we go to leave the house. But yeah, thought I would take you along with us for our little hot girl walk. We're going to a really lovely location in the New Forest. It's been so nice to be able to walk around the New Forest a little bit more. It's called Hinglesbury Head and it's just a really lovely, like quite long, quite scenic, beachy walk. So let's get going. Just to show you actually the treatments that I've been using. So this is the Revolution Hyaluronic Scalp Serum. It's really great if you have a dry and flaky scalp. And then the Hair Burst Hair Mask. This is literally my favourite hair mask that I've been using recently. Really, really great if you have coloured hair like me. So I just wanted to have these in so that they can sink in whilst we're on our walk, and then I can give my hair a quick wash when we get home.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Oh, cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free. Oh, my sweet
Well,
baby.
a proper good morning, everyone. I am back home now. I am freshly washed, showered, and washed my hair. And oh my gosh, that hair mask has done the world of good. I feel like my hair was getting a little bit... I do find that I have to do regular hair masks or my hair just gets so dry and so straw-like. I'm the kind of person that I definitely could not go a week without washing my hair. I don't know how people do it because I feel like after 3 days my hair feels like straw. So I really love using a hair mask and being able to leave it on for like a good 2 or 3 hours, so it really has time to soak in. And I also feel like it makes the colour pop a little bit more as well. So yeah, really, really loving that. But I'm back home now and I definitely think we made the most of the sunshine this morning because it's clouded over now and it never picks it up as much in the camera, but it's gotten really, really dark now. I think this might actually be the last day of nice weather, or at least dry weather, because we are due a lot of rain over the next few days, which I can understand. I'm like, I kind of love it and hate it because it feels very autumnal. It feels very cozy. We can get really cozy and comfy, but at the same time, it just makes me not want to leave the house. It makes me just want to hibernate and definitely affects my SAD. I do sometimes struggle when it's really like dark inside. You need the lights on throughout the day. It's like raining. So I'm mixed emotions, really mixed emotions, which I think a lot of us are. But I feel like we could have a bit of a catch up this morning because I've not actually vlogged for a couple of days because I actually had a shoot at the house yesterday, which I was contemplating whether to vlog and show you a bit of behind the scenes, because I know you guys love seeing the behind the scenes. You love seeing like what goes on into like a shoot and stuff. So I had like a videographer come round, and we were doing some really fun videos, like reels and things like that, because I'm really wanting to up my reel game on Instagram at the moment. But to be perfectly honest, the morning of, I was just a little bit anxious, a little bit frazzled, a little bit everywhere, and I just wanted to make sure that I could like concentrate on one thing. So I had a shoot in the house yesterday, most of the day, and then I actually popped into town in the evening. I had some like returns to do and things like that, some things to take back, and I may have popped into ZARA and made a cheeky couple of purchases of a few things that I have actually seen online. I've had like saved in my wish list online for a little while, and I saw them in store and they were just as beautiful in store as they were online. So I was like, that's it, I just have to do this as a sign to pick them up. So I did a little bit of shopping at ZARA. I also popped into John Lewis just to get a couple of top-ups actually. I went to Clinique. I literally was just getting some top-ups of like my favourite eye cream, my favourite moisturiser, but I got a free gift with purchase whilst I was there. So I thought I could show you what is inside. It's always my favourite thing when they suddenly turn around and they're like, oh, you qualify for the free gift with purchase, which is always really exciting. It's a really cute little makeup bag. I love that. So first of all, we have in here a liquid facial soap, which sounds really exciting. I love the sound of that. Three-step skincare. Step 1, dry combination skin, purify gel cleanser, gently and effectively removes pollution and impurities, especially in the T-zone. Never tried that before, so that's really exciting. It basically sounds like this is the first step in like a 3-step skincare routine. So I feel like use this, then use your cleanser, then use your toner. And I must say, I have been using the Liz L toner recently, and I have noticed such a difference in my skin. I feel like it's just so much cleaner. I do feel like sometimes when it comes to cleansers and stuff, even though your skin looks clean on the surface, sometimes there's still like a lot kind of in the pores, and I had like a really bad breakout after Tenerife. You probably would have seen my chin was just not a vibe, but I feel like my skin is really clearing up now, and I definitely think that's helping. So it's something that I think sometimes when I get a little bit lax with my skincare, I really start to notice it. So very excited to add that into my skincare routine. We also have, oh, I always love this moisturising lotion. This is a perfect travel size. I'm actually travelling again, and we're only going away for 5 days. So this might be perfect to take with me because I don't always want to take like a full size moisturiser. This is the Dramatically Different Moisturising Lotion. It's a really just easy moisturising lotion, like obviously like a facial one, but it can be used night or day, and I don't find it's too thick. I don't find it's specialised in any way. It's not a night cream, it's not a day cream, it's not for anything in particular. It's just a nice moisturising lotion, so I really like that. We then have the Clinique Even Better Radical Dark Spot Corrector. Oh my god, I could have used this. So could have used this last week. That sounds really good. So it's basically for dark spots. Gonna have to look into that a little bit more, but that might be really great if I ever have another breakout, which fingers crossed I won't. We then have a little mini size mascara, which this is actually a really good mascara, the Clinique High Impact Mascara. It's a nice one for quite dramatic lashes, quite big, voluminous, so I really like that. And we've got a lipstick in the shade Subtle. Oh, I really like that. That's like a very autumnal nude. Look at that. That to me is like a pumpkin spice latte. Oh my goodness, which speaking of, who's had a pumpkin spice latte yet? I actually haven't. I can't believe I haven't gone and got one yet, but I haven't got myself one. I've still been sticking to the vanilla lattes. I think it's because the temperature hasn't dropped yet. So even though I'm in the autumnal mood, I'm feeling very like in the autumnal spirit, but I just feel like with regards to coffees and stuff, I have switched over to hot coffee, but I just don't know if I'm quite ready for a pumpkin spice latte. So let me know if you've had one down below. But yeah, just a little catch up. I feel like we're really getting into the autumn spirit over here, and especially the weather over the next week is definitely going to help with that. We're going to be getting really cozy. We're getting really autumnal, and this is honestly the time of year when you just take a shot every time Ellie says autumn. I must admit though, my outfit is probably not the most autumnal today. As I said, it's still not that cool, it's not that cold, so I'm still wearing a lot of my lovely summer dresses, but actually this one is quite thick. I was wearing it the other day and I was sweating so much, so it's kind of perfect for a day like today when it's like low 20s, a little bit warm, a little bit mild, but you want to be a little bit autumnal. And actually the way that I've been styling this up recently is just chucking like a jumper over my shoulders. I really want to do a bit of an autumn wardrobe switch over soon, because I want to find all of my favorite like cable knits and roll necks and everything like that, because especially for now, for that transitional period, they're great just to throw over your shoulders for like a little bit of extra warmth and a little bit of that autumnal vibe, but like not a full-on jumper. So yeah, this is like a little coast dress that you would have seen in a recent video. I have just been absolutely loving wearing this. I think this is my favorite dress in my wardrobe right now. It's so perfect. I love the like tiered detail on the skirt. I always talk about how tiered details just elongate your body and make you look a lot taller. I've not got any shoes on today. Just makes you look so much taller, and I really love the like puff sleeves. I didn't realize till I tried it on, it's actually got a slight, ever so slight padding to the shoulder, so it really helps with that elevation of your shoulders. And of course the little belt is a great addition. I have swapped this out a couple of times for a raffia belt as well, just to dress it up a little bit, but this really is a favorite dress of mine in my wardrobe at the moment. So probably not the most autumnal look, but I'm loving it anyway. Well, do I have something exciting to show you. Now, I was gonna save this for an unboxing here, but I actually decided to do a little bit of an unboxing over on shorts. So if you have not been following me on my shorts, they kind of are quite separate to like the normal long form vlogs. If you don't know what shorts are, they're basically a short form video that YouTube is offering, and actually I'm really loving doing them. It's something that I feel like has actually been really missing in terms of all the social media platforms. I feel like each platform definitely serves its own purpose and has its own kind of like niche and things at work and like trends that they kind of follow. Like I feel like on Instagram, reels are very fashiony, styly, like they're a little bit more curated and kind of put together. On TikTok, it's very casual. I mean, most of my TikTok videos are like voiceovers and like lip syncing and just something a little bit more fun. And I definitely think that there's been a little bit of a gap for something that's a little bit more casual, a bit more like talky, a little bit longer in terms of the video length. So on YouTube you can go up to a minute on the shorts. I'm not entirely sure what the exact, I think you can go up to a minute on TikTok and on Reels, but I don't find that those videos really perform well. Like they much prefer and really prioritize those really short, like 10 to 15 second videos, so you can talk for a minute and it's just a little bit more like a mini vlog. So you can do like unboxings, I can talk you through how I'm styling up a dress. Like I've been doing some really fun things over on shorts, and it's quite a good one because it's not, as I said, it's a little bit separate, so you can kind of watch them a lot separately. I think YouTube are looking to bring out a way that they completely separate the long form videos to the shorts, like there's a different tab or something like that. And it's good because it doesn't like annoy people the way that it kind of like comes up on your subscription feed. So head on over and have a look at some of my recent shorts and you can see the full unboxing of this baby and some other like styling things, fashion things. I'm really loving doing them. So I would love you guys to head over and watch them and give me a little bit of love on my shorts and let me know what kind of shorts you would maybe want to see. I feel like with my vlogs, I'm so talkative, I'm so like chatty, and sometimes I'm maybe not as good as just doing those like snappy little like styling things or like my petite girl guides. I would love to bring back, so let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see on shorts, if there's anything you want to see me style up, talk through, unbox, like give you tips and advice. I feel like that is the place that I'm going to be doing that, and I can stick to the more just like chatty, little bit informal vlogs. So back to the bag. That was a big old tangent, but I have a new autumn handbag from PetiteElliee and I'm so excited about this. You guys will know PetiteElliee, I absolutely adore their handbags. They are really high quality, really well made, but like a really fair price point. You'll definitely notice a trend at the moment in the bags that I'm adding into my wardrobe. I'm not adding in as many of the really like high price pointed designer handbags. I just haven't been seeing any that I've loved recently and that I can justify the price. I do find that when it comes to designer handbags, if you're going to be dropping 4 figures on a bag, you have to absolutely adore it. You have to know that you're going to use it so much, you're going to get the cost per wear out of it. And I really do feel like with regards to my designer bags, I've hit a point where I've kind of ticked most of the boxes, and the bags that I've got in my collection, I'm really getting the wear out of, I'm really getting my cost per wear down, and they're really like, it's a really hard working bag collection. I feel like it's the best way to describe it. Like my bags work hard and I use them and I love them, and I don't ever want to get to a point where I've got a collection where I literally only use 3 bags out of the entire collection. So I'm really loving adding some more like mid-price pointed bags into my wardrobe. So they're not heavily designer, they're not heavily like logoed or monogrammed or anything like that. They're a lot more classic, curated, really gorgeous bags that are just gonna last the test of time and really serve their purpose in my wardrobe. And this is a colour that I've definitely noticed and definitely realised this year that just works so well with my wardrobe. It worked well with summer, and I definitely think I'm going to get a lot more wear out of this in autumn, winter. So to show you the bag, I have put it back in my dust bag so that we can have a little bit of an unboxing experience here, because I didn't want you guys to completely miss out on the unboxing. But I just love D'Amelio. Like, honestly, you get the complete luxury experience. It did come in a box, in a bag, in a dust bag. Like, it literally feels exactly the same as unboxing, you know, a designer handbag that cost an extra $0 on top of this one. And I really love the fact that they're like real leather, they're really high quality, they're so beautifully made. So this is my new handbag, and I am so in love with her. I definitely think this is just like the perfect autumn handbag for me. And one of the things I definitely would say that I am is a creature of habit. I am someone that's not afraid to buy the same dress in 3 different colors, the same jumper in 3 different styles, like the same bag, similar bags, but in different kind of ways that they can all serve their own purpose. And I definitely think that this is going to be more of my like work, London, city bag, and I'm just in love with her. She's a bit bigger than I normally go for, but I kind of fell in love with that aspect and just thought it was so gorgeous. So we've got the really simple branding from D'Amelio. I love how simple that is. I just love how classic that is with the like gold embossing. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And we've got the gold hardware, so we've got this really lovely, very Celine inspired kind of clasp, which you can open, not that you would ever need to because it doesn't actually like lead anywhere. And we've got the like gold hardware on the strap. So obviously it's got the top handle, but it's also got this little quite thin, actually. I'm not entirely sure if I would have wanted this a little bit thicker, but it's a little shoulder strap if ever your arms get tired. And in terms of the size, it is so spacious. Let me take out the stuffing because there's a lot in there, but look at how spacious this is. So this is definitely more of like a, you know, work bag, day bag, the kind of thing where I need a lot with me. And these poppers on the side, they open up as well, which I really like. So it's a very secure bag because it's very open, but you can close this popper, you can close this popper, and you can close this popper. So it's really nice and like secure. You're not worried about anyone like dipping their hand in. I didn't realize that these actually closed, and I was worried before it arrived that someone would be able to like slip their hand in, but nope, you can literally close it up and no one's going to be able to get their hand in there. And this I just think is so beautiful. I really love the D'Amelio handbags, and they have this in a few different colors, but as I said, I really realized that tan is just my color at the moment. Like, it is just so perfect in terms of my accessories. I've got lots of tan shoes that I really like, and I find it goes so well with so much in my wardrobe. Like, obviously I love wearing a lot of white, so these white dresses that I'm wearing at the moment, I'll style it up with white dresses and like slides, maybe throw a little jumper over the top, and then when it gets a bit colder, it's going to go really well with like my tan boots. It goes really well with black, with beiges, with creams, so many colors. And I'm really loving these warmer tones. I feel like they really suit me in terms of my skin tone. Sometimes those like cooler tones can wash me out a little bit. So yeah, new baby adding into my wardrobe. I think it's safe to say that this is literally my dream autumn handbag. I am so in love with her. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to think I am mad because the 3 newest bags in my collection look like this. And I do realise that this is a little bit ridiculous, but as I said, I really am noticing that I'm a creature of habit. I don't follow trends as much anymore. Like, I'm definitely not the kind of person that's going to buy a bag because it's on trend, and I have kind of fallen into that trap before. I've seen something that's been really popular on Instagram. I've been like, oh my goodness, I need it. But I've definitely noticed a real kind of like shift in my mindset, especially when it comes to handbags and what I like to wear. I definitely don't think they're like trend item. They're the kind of thing where you wear what works for you. Some people love squishy bags, some people love crossbody bags. I have been loving my little top handles with a little crossbody, and these are the 3 bags that I've added into my wardrobe. But I kind of wanted to show you them because I feel like it's not even coming up as much on camera, but they are very different. I know you're probably going to think they're not, but we've obviously first got my little Lily and Bean bag, which I really like, and this is perfect for if I don't need to take anything with me, because I'm not gonna lie, this fits barely anything. I can literally just about fit my phone, my keys, and my wallet. I cannot fit my camera in this. So it's very much like if I'm going out for a meal, if I don't need to be carrying a lot and I just want something really tiny and cute. I've had so many DMs and messages about this. I also got a lot of questions about the handle, because the handle online has got that like very Dior inspired kind of embroidered strap. I just ordered it. I saw that it had that. It comes with both, it seems, and obviously you can get the monogramming as well. It did take a good couple of weeks to arrive as well, so don't stress if it doesn't come within a couple of days. So I'll link that down below. I've then got my gorgeous little Teddy Blake, and this is a much richer tan. If you look, these are a little bit deeper and darker. This is much lighter tan, which I really like. Again, we've got the gold hardware. This is basically if I just want to take a little bit more with me. The only thing that I'm unsure about the Teddy Blake one, it's quite heavy in comparison to the Lily and Bean bag, but if I need to carry a little bit more with me but still want something quite cute, quite crossbody, I really like that. And then my Demier one is actually a completely different colour. If you can see, it's much more cool toned in the tan that it is, but I absolutely adore it. I feel like it's coming up very brown next to these two, but it's definitely more of like a tan colour, but I absolutely adore this. And as I said, it's definitely a much bigger bag. I normally go for really little ones. I mean, you'll be able to see from my collection, like 90% of my bags are very small and very compact, but I wanted something a little bit bigger for when I'm going to London. I want to be able to take my iPad, my phone, my keys, like, you know, some things that I need. And I love the size of this. It's just absolutely huge. So yeah, so excited to have that in my collection. And as I said, I'm just loving these richer tones. So I definitely need to have a little bit of a reshuffle with the shelves and get my new bags on the shelves. I think it might be time for the full-on switch over. I'm not entirely sure if I'm ready for that because I've still got one more summer holiday to go. So I'm not sure if I'm ready to say goodbye to my basket bags yet, but we are getting to a point where I'm struggling for room with them. Okay, so for now, I think I'm just going to leave it like this because I love the rich tan colours. I think I might do the switch over with the shelves and everything like that when I'm back from holiday, just because I know I am going to need my basket bags when I go away to Italy later on this month. But one of the things I do think I am ready to do is swap over the hat. I think I'm finally ready. I got my lack of colour hats back out of storage because I don't really wear them other than like autumn, winter, but I absolutely adore these hats. They are so gorgeous. I really love the lack of colour hats because they are absolutely like the best quality, the best fedoras you can get. I really love this one. This is like a really lovely classic fedora. And then I also have this one, which is a bit different actually. I can't remember the name of this one, but I'll see if I can find it and link it down below. It's a bit more of like a boater style, which I think is really cool. It's a little bit almost like Coachella-esque, but I kind of love that. I love this pattern detail around here. In terms of sizing, I always go for the smallest size because I have a serious pea head, but I think I might swap this one out with the hat over here just so that we start to get a little bit of those autumnal tones coming in. It doesn't look too summery, so I think I'm going to do that switch over. This is when you know the end of summer is nigh, when the basket hats, the straw hats have to go away. I don't think I will even be taking this on holiday with me, so I think it might be time to put this away into storage. I do love it, absolutely love it, but it's definitely like a bit too extra and quite big, so I have to really commit if I want to take this with me away in my suitcase. But we're starting to get to the autumnal tones. I have been thinking about getting a wreath for the door as well, maybe for the other side of it, so that when I've got the door open, there's still a little bit of interest there, a little bit of patterns. I've been having a look on, I saw a really gorgeous one on the White Company, but I'm really unsure about it because I actually went in store yesterday to have a look at it in person, and it's a lot smaller than I was expecting. So let me know if you know of any gorgeous, I don't know if I want an autumnal wreath, more of like a year-round wreath that I can put on the door that doesn't look too festive, doesn't look too summery, just something really classic, like maybe white, maybe some neutral colours in there. Let me know of any places. I would really appreciate your help because I'm just really wanting to get to the house, to a place where I am so ready for autumn and the house reflects my surroundings. I really love being able to do that. But yeah, time to say goodbye to the straw hat. Okay, so I've just set you up in our little haul setup so I can show you what I picked up from Zara. I do feel like there's probably going to be a big old autumn Zara haul coming because they have so many pieces on their website at the moment. They've been like slowly trickling in autumn. I feel like normally there's a lot more autumnal things on like websites in kind of like late August, early September, but I feel like because the weather's been so hot, brands have noticed that we've not been interested in autumn like fashion until now. Now that the weather is turning, they are dropping them, and oh my goodness, there's so many gorgeous pieces. So I'll show you what I picked up. So first of all is this absolutely adorable little top, and I've definitely noticed a big trend with these tops at the moment. If you want to know more about like autumn trends this year, things that I've been seeing, things to keep an eye out on, make sure to check back on my last video because I go so in depth into the autumn trends at the moment. But this is one that I didn't really speak about because it's a bit of a micro trend, and actually it's one that I didn't think I would really get on board with, but I'm kind of loving. It's these really itty bitty little tops, and as much as it's quite a cute trend, I definitely think I'm gonna do it in my own way. So I did size up. I got a large in this because I didn't want it to be skin tight, really tiny and cropped. I just wanted it to be a nice little t-shirt, and I thought this would be so gorgeous with a pair of like wide leg trousers. I've got a pair of Karen Millen trousers that I think would go so perfectly with this because they're like kind of creamy in tone, and this isn't actually a black and white top, it's like a black and cream top, which I personally find a little bit more flattering. I don't know if you'll be able to see the colour difference with this dress because it's a very white dress next to the kind of like off-white eggshelly cream of the top, but I do find that sometimes white next to black can be a little bit too stark and a little bit too harsh on your skin tone. This is a lot softer, and I just adore how Parisian this is. I feel like as soon as autumn hits, I just want to be a Parisian girl. I want to wear my berets, my fedoras, my little boots, and carry a baguette around with me in my handbag. I absolutely adore how this looks, and it's a really lovely like fine knit, so it's not too thick but not too thin, so I think it's perfect for this time of year when the weather starts to turn and the temperatures start to drop. You can wear as is now, or you can start to layer it up a little bit with like coats, trenches, blazers, jackets as soon as it starts to get a little bit colder. So I thought this was such a cute little addition, a great little autumn piece. How cute is this little top? I'm so in love with how it looks. It's just like a really easy wear. I definitely think you could go down a size if you want that much like tighter, more fitted look, but I wanted it to just be a little bit more cash. Like it obviously still is kind of skin tight, but I'm glad that I sized up and went for the large because I think the medium would have just been a bit too uncomfortably tight on me. I wouldn't have been as confident, but I really love how it looks. So I've just started up with a cute little pair of trousers. These are from Karen Millen, and I really love these. They're just like a wide leg pair, super flattering. I'll see if they're available and I'll link them down below. What I really liked about them is they're actually kind of a perfect colour match. They're a little bit off-white, if you can see. They're like a creamy colour, and they go really well with the off-white of the stripe. I think it's so flattering to have this kind of like, it almost looks deliberate and almost looks like they've come from the same place, and I think it's quite elongating on my body, which I really like. It looks very Parisian, which I'm really loving, and I've decided actually to start out with loafers. I have not worn loafers since literally this time last year, and I love this pair. They're so gorgeous. I'll link them down below as well, but I think this is a really lovely like workwear, a little bit elevated look. And then if you wanted to wear it a bit more casually, I mean for now, seeing as it's still warm enough, you could just wear it with like black slides, or you could wear it with trainers, and then when the weather gets colder you can wear it with boots. That's what I really love about these kinds of outfits, is they're really easy to transition from what the weather's like now to what the weather is going to become. So yeah, such a cute little top. Really love this look. It's just making me feel so autumnal. Then the next item I picked up is probably no surprise that it's a white dress, but I do feel like a white dress is so classic no matter what the season. I feel like you kind of need to have one for every single season. You need a nice little springtime one, a really lightweight summer one, and a lovely autumnal one. And when I saw this, I just fell in love with it. This to me is like the perfect shirt dress. This is exactly what I look for when it comes to shirt dresses. I sometimes find them a little bit hard to shop because they can sometimes be a little bit masculine. I've seen some really gorgeous ones from some really high price point places like Ralph Lauren, places like that, and actually they don't have a lot of tailoring to them. It's just a bit bulky, a little bit loose, and a little bit too masculine. But when I saw this online, I just fell in love with this little waist detail, the cinching in of the waist. Oh my goodness, I am here for it. I'm so here for it. You know I really love a nice cinched in waist. I find it very flattering and really elongating on my body. I always look for things that are going to make me taller, be a little bit more flattering on me. That is the vibe that we like to go for, and I just thought this was the most beautiful autumnal dress. This would also be perfect if you work in an office. I always get asked about like office attire, office wear, workwear, and everything like that. I do feel like if I worked in an office, I'd probably just shop at ZARA because they have so many gorgeous like officey work workwear tailoring, which I really, really adore. I love the fact that it's got the gold buttons running down it. I find that really flattering. And this fact that it's just this like very stark white, but really lovely material, I think is just gorgeous. So I can totally picture this with like some tan ballet pumps, maybe my new bag, because that is my office work bag. I am just in love with this. Well, this dress is an absolute winner, if I do say so myself. I am so in love with how this looks. I love this waistline. It's super flattering without being too much. Like, it doesn't look like, oh, she's cinching in her waist, she's belting the dress. It just looks like a stunning silhouette and a stunning kind of figure, which is really, really lovely. Now, in terms of size, I did go for a large in this because I was really worried about it being too tight. I'm finding so much at the moment I'm having to size up in Zara, and a lot of you seem to be saying the same. So I would definitely say size up one size in the dress just so that it's super flattering. I mean, even here you can see slightly pulling slightly on the waist, but I think if I was to have gone for an extra large, it wouldn't be tight at all. So glad I went for the large. I definitely think it's the right kind of fit for me, but I just think this is so beautiful. Definitely more elevated dress. And I've just started up with my cute little pair of M&S tan slides, and I feel like the bag is just going to complete the look. Oh, how gorgeous is this? The tans are slightly different from the shoes to the bag, but you know what? Doesn't bother me too much because, as I showed you earlier, there are so many different kinds of tan and so many different ways of styling up these colours. So I think this is such a cute little workwear look. This is very Ellie's going to the office, Ellie's going to her meetings kind of a vibe, and I'm so here for it. I feel like tan just goes so well with white. And then what I could do when the weather starts to get even colder is throw like a little creamy or maybe even caramel coloured cable knit over my shoulders, and that will really help to elevate the look while still keeping you nice and toasty warm. So yeah, would definitely recommend picking up this dress. I think it's an absolute gorgeous autumnal number. Well, I think it is safe to say that summer is officially over. I think it might be time to take in our garden furniture and put it away. We've already put away some of the pieces out here. I'm not entirely sure what to do about my olive tree over winter. Don't know whether to leave it out or take it in, because obviously it thrives in like very hot weather, not a lot of rain, and in the UK we get a lot of it over the next few months. So I haven't decided what to do. I might have a little Google and see what the best advice is, but I think it might be time to start putting away the garden furniture because it is all dying back. Our wisteria is starting to turn. We've got some orange leaves and the heavens have now opened. It has started raining, but I'm just loving how cozy it feels in here. I've also got over here some gorgeous hydrangeas. These are actually from Hydrangea Annabelle's at my mum's. She very kindly let me cut some, and I decided to do a bit of a reel on how I'm kind of like styling them and basically saving them. So as soon as your hydrangeas start to turn, it's a really good idea to cut them. I've learned recently about a lot of like cut flowers that you're supposed to basically cut them when they're at their prettiest. And I feel like this year when it came to gardening, I was still such a novice and not really sure what I was doing. I let a lot of my flowers go over too much, and I think too much of the energy from the flower was going over like to the fact that they were dying. I should have cut them off a lot sooner. So my mum's hydrangeas started turning, and I literally said to her, you need to cut them, you need to cut them down. And I'm basically just trying to save them and create a really beautiful dried bouquet. So they're starting to dry up now. They feel a little bit dry, but they are going absolutely beautifully. I love how they look. So I've just taken off all of the leaves and put them in this gorgeous vase. So I'll leave a link to the reel down below if you want to have a little look at how I did this. But I'm just absolutely loving how they're just giving a little bit of life in the kitchen, but still being a little bit autumnal, because obviously they have kind of turned. They used to be white, they turned green and started to turn a little bit brown, but they should dry out really beautifully. And I'm just loving how they're looking and just loving the coziness of this room. It's just my favorite. Okay, so I just finished lunch and I have been listening to a new podcast, which isn't actually new, like it's been out for a few months, but it's new to me. And I'm kind of in love with it. I'm really enjoying getting back into podcasts. I feel like I fell out of kind of listening to them for a while just because I wasn't doing as many commutes. Obviously, I used to go into London like 2-3 times a week. I'm really not going in as much anymore, and I'm really loving the fact that I'm able to shoot a little bit more locally. I'm able to kind of like embrace the Hampshire lifestyle. You know, instead of doing a commute from a city into the centre of London, I'm now commuting from my beautiful home into the heart of the New Forest. Like, it's a very, very lovely thing. But I kind of stopped listening to them because I only ever really listen to them like on the train or in the car, and I'm kind of just playing them as I'm like eating lunch or having breakfast or like making something for myself, like as I do a coffee. I just kind of listen to them, and there's a couple I'm really, really loving at the moment. Number one is the Newlyweds podcast from Jamie Lang and Sophie Habibs. I think it's Habibo is her name, but like everyone just calls her Habs. They're getting married, I think, next year, and they are doing a podcast all about the preparation, what it's like. Sorry if you can hear the rain, by the way. That is the thing with having Velux windows, like skylights, it's kind of cozy and I kind of love it, but you can really hear the rain. So sorry about that noise. But yeah, it's basically a podcast all about the lead up to their wedding, the kind of like preparation, the planning, the good and the bad that comes with weddings. And I have never known a couple that air so much of their dirty laundry, but in a way that makes it hilarious. Like, they are so brutally honest on the podcast, and you can just tell how much they like love each other and that they really are just best friends, because they take the mick out of each other all the time. They share their deepest, darkest secrets. They share some really embarrassing moments, and there's so much of it where I'm like, oh my goodness, if Alex said that about me on a podcast where the rest of the world could hear, I would literally kill him. But they're both so good at just being completely like open books, and it is hilarious because 90% of it is just so accurate and true. And like, if you've been in like a long-term relationship, so much of it you can relate to. And as someone who's never planned a wedding, it's kind of given me a real insight into what it's like to plan one, and it's just hilarious. So I've really been enjoying listening to that for something a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit funny. You guys know I love the Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, but that is like a proper commute listen, in my opinion. That's a deep, thoughtful, if you want something really like thought-provoking. And I'm not gonna lie, I've not been loving as many of the guests that have been coming on. I loved the Diary of a CEO when it first came out, when the guests were genuine CEOs and they would actually give you business advice, and I felt like I really took away a lot from when they would speak on the podcast. But recently, some of the guests that have been coming on, it feels like a therapy session. And sometimes I don't want to listen to a therapy session live on a podcast. Like, sometimes I want some advice. I want some like, you know, real, actual first world like experience, and like being able to explain their journey, not just, oh, I had a really tough time but now I've come out of it. I found a lot of the guests have been doing that recently. I did enjoy listening to the founder of the Soho House. He was on it recently. He was very, very interesting. And Joe Sugg's been on it recently, so I've been saving that one because I really want to listen to that. I feel like a lot of the time it just gets a little bit samey when he brings on the like big celebs. I really like having people that like are maybe not A-list celebrities, but they've like done really well in their field. They're very well known for who they are, and they've just been really successful. So yeah, but the other one that I've been loving, again, for something a little bit lighthearted, and it's great just to stick on if you've got like a 5-minute journey, if you're driving somewhere, is Susie Benaldi's podcast, Confessions of a 30-something Drama Queen. So good, so good. It's very honest, it's very open, and I'm really, really enjoying what she's talking about. And as someone who's maybe been in turbulent relationships in the past, I can definitely relate to a lot of what she's speaking with, in terms of, you know, like bad breakups or things like that. And it's quite nice to hear it from someone who, she's now in like a long-term committed relationship. And I do feel like you have so much more retrospective reflection whenever that happens. And yeah, I just absolutely have been loving her podcast. So I've been listening to that a lot as well, but I can never find the time to like listen to them enough. So I feel like I'm really behind on all of them. Like, I'm literally only on episode 7 of the Newlyweds podcast, and there's probably like 30 out now. And I think I'm about 2 behind of Susie. So I need to catch up, I need to keep playing them. So I've got some emails that I need to do, quite a bit of admin and a lot of editing after yesterday's shoot at the house. So I think I'm just gonna stick on a podcast, get a little bit of work done, get ahead of my emails and my admin and everything like that, and just have a couple of hours of blasting through my to-do list.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light started...
Oh my goodness me, I feel like you can tell that I'm just so tired. I feel like this weather is just making me really sleepy. I've actually already got the lights on as well. It's not even that late. It's only about 5:30 now, but it's already getting so dark. I think it's mainly just the rain. So I've got the lights on. I hope that that's not too orange behind me, but I need a little bit of light in here because it is so dark, and that's why I've also come over to the window, because we're at least getting a little bit of light coming through the windows. But I've just had a new little delivery arrive. The postman was very lovely to me today. It's so funny actually, they really are starting to get to know me. He normally comes quite early in the morning, and he arrived like mid-afternoon today, and he was like, oh, I'm a bit late today, sorry love. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, you should not be this familiar with me. But we've had a new delivery from ZARA London that I thought I would unbox with you. This is actually to celebrate festivals, which is a little bit odd because I feel like it's a little bit late. Although actually I do think there are still some festivals coming. I think Isle of Wight festival is like mid-September. Let me know if you've got any more festivals coming, but this is basically some really fun makeup for festival season, which I'm not the biggest festival goer, although saying that, I saw, it was like a few weeks ago, this is really hard to get out because it's all, I don't know how much is in here, it's all like hidden by the little packaging, but I think that if I was to ever attend a festival, there's one festival that I've seen recently, I was like, you know what, I would go to that one. And when I say ever, I have attended festivals in the past, this is an A, I haven't tried it, I don't think I like it. I have tried it, and actually a really funny story. I went to a festival when I was about 16, 17 with a group of friends of mine, and it was like a 4-day thing, and on the 3rd day I rang my mum to come and pick me up. Because I was like, this is just, I can't do it. I can't do another night. I don't enjoy camping. I don't enjoy sleeping on the floor. And the festival life just was not for me. So I really am not a festival girl. But there was one festival that I would do. It would be a Wilderness. It looks like a really fun one, and I would definitely say it's not a normal festival. It's very much a Cotswolds festival. It's all about wellness. They've got like wellness spas, they've got like meditation things, and I don't know if it's every, but 90% of the accommodation is like a little shed rather than like on the floor. So you've got a proper bed, you've got a shower, you can actually wash. So yes, it is still very much like glamping, but that I could probably do. But that being said, we've got some really cute little bits here. So first of all, we've got a dewy blush glossy cheek tint. You guys know I'm really loving my blush at the moment. I have been using the Pixie glow sticks, and they have been fab, but this sounds really lovely. It's a very bright pink. I might apply a little bit on the back of my hand because I don't want it to be, oh, it's very bright. That is like almost fluorescent. Let's see what it kind of blends out to. Okay, so it blends out to a nice pink, but that's still very, I'd have to have a bit of a play about with that and see if that would suit me, because I think because I have such fair skin, that might show up a little bit too, oh, it smells. Oh my god, this feels like back when I was like 13 and I was going to Claire's Accessories and buying those, like, this smells like strawberry. Oh, that's a real nostalgic smell. We then have the Shadow Flip Multi-Chromatic Shifting Liquid Shadow. And chrome is a big trend at the moment. Obviously, everyone's loving the Hailey Bieber nails at the moment, where you just kind of basically do white underneath and then chrome on top. And people are loving it at the moment. That looks like so much fun. Look at that. That's a proper chrome eyeshadow. I actually think that might be really fun for like Christmas time. Did I just say the C word? I did indeed, but I think that would be really fun for Christmas because it would be a little bit sparkly. It's kind of the only time of year that I really go for like sparkles, and I really enjoy it. Now this is a dewy highlight glossy cheek glow. I love the look of that. This is definitely a lot more like young packaging. I think this is definitely like marketed at a bit of a younger audience. That is quite dark actually for a highlight. Look at that. These are all very... Oh, okay, no, that's lovely. That's really nice. Do you know, that would be a really lovely eyeshadow as well, actually, because it's quite subtle. When it blends out, you just get that little shimmery kind of glow. I really like that. We then have a Marbleized Metals in the shade Twisted. I think this is an eyeshadow. Oh, I think it's an... Is it an eyeshadow or an eyeliner? Oh, it's definitely an eyeshadow, but I don't think I will be keeping that because it is black with, like, huge pigmented... glitter. So that would be really fun for someone a bit younger, but I don't think that is very me. This is definitely more of like a Gen Z target audience. We then have the ZARA Glow 2 Highlighter Illuminating Powder Highlighter, which sounds really Really lovely. Oh, the packaging is just beautiful. Look at that. I don't know if you can see without all the reflection behind, but oh wow. Okay, that is a bit of me. Look at that. That is stunning. Like a really, do you know what, this kind of reminds me of the Becca highlighters back before Becca shut down as a brand. I used to love the Becca highlighters, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Like a really lovely champagne-y colour. That's very, very me. So a lovely little delivery from Ciate London. Thank you so much for sending that over. That was really, really kind. I think there's a few things I could have a little bit of fun with to kind of experiment a bit more with my makeup, and especially going into the autumn winter months. I am starting to change up my makeup a little bit. I might actually do an updated makeup look sometime soon, because I've definitely been doing some things a little bit differently with like my lips, with regards to like the skin and things like that. I do find that that's a big thing that I like to change up when we go into the new season, is just like different kind of skincare, different makeup, because it does change throughout the seasons, and like you're maybe not looking for the same look you are in summer as in like autumn, winter. So let me know if you wanted to see an updated makeup look, but I need to tidy this away and get sorted for the evening. I am in my comfies and I could not be happier right now. I just wanted to get really cozy this evening and put on something really nice and soft. This is the River Island cardigan that I featured quite a lot. It's like a really nice long line coatigan cardigan, whatever you want to call it, and it literally feels like a cuddle in clothing. I am so in love with it. I'll link it down below. I think we sold out last time I linked it, because after I linked out a few messages being like, oh my god, it's out of stock in a 10 and a 12. So I think we might have sold out a few of the sizes. So hopefully they've restocked them and they've come back. But I'm feeling very snuggly tonight, and I feel like it's officially time. It is that time of year to light my favorite candles. I have quite a few Jo Malone candles that I scatter about the house that I just absolutely adore, and I think it's time to light them tonight, because I don't actually light candles in like summertime. I don't really feel the need for it. I don't know why. Candles for me are like the cozy. So if I want like a nice smell, I just use my reed diffusers throughout summer. But in winter, I love my candles. So I think tonight I might light this one. This is my honeysuckle and Divana candle. I love it so much. As you can see, it's completely fresh. But I want to get cozy tonight, and I want to have a lovely movie night on the sofa. So I think it's about time I lit this.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hope. Dreamy, breezy we go, easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Well, the candles are lit. I've made myself a lovely cup of tea because I want to have like a really cozy, lovely evening, and I'm ready to snuggle down on the sofa. So I'm going to leave this video here. Probably the most autumnal way that I could end a video, but I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing what was new in, what I picked up from Zara, and the new in autumnal bits coming into my wardrobe. I love you guys loads. If you got to the end of this video, leave me the cup of tea emoji down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.